Another useful feature in Google Classroom is just being able to grade student work through Classroom in a variety of different ways. A lot of people have shied away from using Classroom as a grading source because we haven't been able to transfer grades from Classroom to PowerSchool very easily. We have found an extension called Grade Transfer, um, that will be it's kind of like a smart copy and paste feature, so that if you do begin using Google Classroom to grade work, whether you're just automatically importing Google Form information into your classes, or whether you are going through and actually grading each attachment, you're then able to go into those assignments, copy that student grade information, and then go into PowerSchool and make that assignment, and you could just seamlessly go ahead and copy and paste that in. So I'm going to show you a couple things about grading with Google Classroom, just to maybe get you started if you'd like to, and then I'll show you the extension a little bit. In classwork, if you're going to use a Google Form, if you are a big Google Form user, when you create an assignment and add it from Google Drive, I'm just going to go ahead and find my little fake vocabulary test here. And I'll insert my Google form. You'll notice that when you insert a Google form, that there's this toggle on and off for grade importing. So when someone takes this test, it's going to automatically update their grade inside Google Classroom's gradebook. And now when I go into the grading information, or when I go into this assignment, I can go into View Assignment. And the student work, once they import it, you'll see all the grades right here. You can do this is for any assignment that you have. You could also import grades with this button if you accidentally forgot to turn that import grades on automatically. For any other assignments, though, because it's not just for Google Forms, let's say that you had an attachment through Kami. You view assignment, you've got all your students' math work here. You can just grade it right through here. So you'll click on this, and then you're able to put grades in for each assignment as you move through them. Here, you can also add your private comments, and then once you're done with that, you'll see the overall grades imported in here. And this is where you can copy and paste those grades into PowerSchool. Unfortunately, there's still a little work. You still need to go into PowerSchool, create the assignment, but once you do that, you can then go up to your grade transfer extension. You'll click Grab Data. It will grab any student data. It will only grab those students that have scores. So if you have missing students that haven't turned things in yet, it's not going to affect it. You will then grab the data, go over to PowerSchool, and you will click on your top student, and then this button becomes Fill Data, and it just automatically fills that assignment in. Now, if that is something you're interested in, I'm going to be sending something out pretty soon about that. One other thing about beginning to use Google Classroom as more of your grade center is you also have the ability to use rubrics and reuse rubrics. So when you assign something, I'm going to go ahead and edit this assignment. There's a rubric button at the bottom. And when you create rubrics, this will allow you to give, a criterion description and the points for just that section, give a description of it, and then you can begin to add levels of that. Once you do it, you can always reuse these rubrics. So it's really nice. The more you use it, the more useful it becomes, because you don't have to recreate these rubrics. You don't have to copy anything. You can put your feedback right in the rubric, and then it will give you an overall area and aggregate those points to put in your students' full score. So if you haven't used Classroom at all for your grades, maybe give it a shot. And if you feel like you like it, then we can talk about that grade transfer extension to make it a lot easier to get your grades from Classroom into PowerSchool.